It's the biggest rivalry in country Victorian sport, Ballarat versus Bendigo. Welcome to the Ballarat Minor Dome. I'm Liam Santa Maria alongside former NBL star Adam Ballinger and the voice of Ballarat basketball, Jared Prosser. It's round 2 of the NBL1. Ballarat coming off an impressive round 1 win on the road against Nunawading, and Bendigo trying to bounce back after a loss last night at home against the Centre of Excellence. Welcome, gents. Balls, will start with you. This Ballarat team, coached by your former head coach at the Wollongong Hawks, Brendan Joyce, loaded with talent, looking to go 2-0 and looking to take care of business in their home opener.
To be watching basketball on a Saturday night. I'm anxious to see Brendan coach again. It was a great 3 years under him over at Wollongong, and it's like I said, any night to be watching basketball is a good night. And
Jared, you've been around this Ballarat program for a while now. The talent we talked about for the minors, Kwani, Denga Kuth, Sam Short, who we know has been here for a little while, and then obviously Marquise Coleman, who's not going to be playing tonight, but looks like an exciting proposition. Is there a bit of buzz around this minors team coming into this season?
There absolutely is. The minors had a very good team in last season's season competition. When you add in players like Kwani, Denga Kuth, Marquise, you add in Jerry Jones, these are top-level talents. These are NBL players. Last season, we had Sam Short, we had Peter Hooley, but we've essentially doubled our NBL talent in one hit. We've still got the rock that the team is built on in Josh Fox. You've got guys like Tristan Fisher, you've got Ross Waitman, the young local kids who are coming through. There is a lot of buzz around this team. Against Nunawading last week, I think they lived up to that hype. It was a very complete performance. It'll be interesting to see tonight whether that initial buzz wears off and whether Ballarat can maintain their focus. I think playing against the local rivals will help.
Well, they're coming up against Bendigo, as we said. And speaking of NBL talent, Ray Turner for the Braves, and we're excited to see Deontay Burton straight out of the G League playoffs, and a huge athlete coming up against the Miners.
Yeah, Ray Turner, he's a beast. He performed very well against in the NBL finals last season with Sydney. Big, strong player. He'll be a tough one for the height on Ballarat to get around.
And the other one, balls to keep an eye on, is young Dyson Daniels, 16-year-old son of Bendigo legend Ricky Daniels, and he played really well in their opening game against Melbourne, and I was impressed from him last night against the Centre of Excellence, showing out against their head coach Adam Caporn and trying to earn himself a bit of a go. He looks like a serious up-and-coming talent.
Yeah, at 16 years old, I mean, that's young to be able to play against men, essentially. You got to have confidence, you got to be a good player, but there'll be some ups and downs for him.
We're going to have a look at the starting lineups. You would have seen them on your screen momentarily. I'm trying to bring them up. For the home team, the Miners, they're going to start Sam Short at the 1. And we're going to have Tristan Fisher with him in the backcourt, as well as Kwani, a man who has spent 2 seasons on the roster for the Cairns Taipans. Fijian Josh Fox, the 6'6" power forward, had 20 points and 13 assists against Nunawading in their opener. He'll start at the 4, and Denga Kuth out of the Sydney Kings will start at the 5 for the Miners. And for Bendigo, a little bit of a change to their, the same starting lineup. A little bit of change from their starting lineup from last night. They're going to start Deontay Burton, the electrifying new import, at the 1, as well as Dyson Daniels, who we talked about. Matt Johnston, who has a very interesting backstory we'll talk about as we go through the game. He's going to come in and start at the 3. Club legend Chris Hogan is going to come off the bench tonight, and their big front court of Ray Turner and Matt Andronicus in the middle. And that matchup between Fox and Turner in particular is going to be fun to watch at the 4.
That will be a highlight for me. Two very, very good players, but different players.
And also at the 1, Sam Short, the Melbourne United development player, up against Deontay Burton. He has a big job ahead of him, and we are underway at the Ballarat Minor Dome. Bendigo versus Ballarat. Burton looking to operate off Turner against Sam Short. A matchup that's going to be. And he finds Andronicus at the hoop. And Bendigo are on the board.
Good layup there by Andronicus. He's a big man. He looks like he got straight off the Harley Davidson and came straight in here to play some basketball.
It's his 4th season with the Braves. We know he played at the Cairns Taipans, the development player there under Aaron Fernan. There's Josh Fox getting to the hoop and getting the Miners on the board, 2 apiece. There's Denga Kuth, active hands down low with the steal, finds Kwani. Here's Josh Fox. Kwani open from range, and that's down. Kwani, the current NBL free agent, at 19 points in the season opener against Nunawading, and off to a good start. Turner looking to operate in the block against Fox and draws the foul.
Yeah, Kwani had some good minutes there with Cairns near the end of the year. They had they lost all those games in a row, but when he was in there, he was playing well, and you could tell his teammates were really happy for him too, which probably speaks to what kind of a teammate he is.
I want to find out your thoughts on whether you think they should re-sign him at some point. Balls, we'll come back to that. Have a think. He spent 2 years in that program. Here's Daniels. What a pass underneath to Andronicus. Dyson Daniels, 16 years of age, Jared, and going to work.
Andronicus takes up a ton of space down there too. It'll be a good matchup between him and Akuth, because you've got two of the bigger men, but definitely different body types and different games.
Ooh, good take there from Short. Just kept it in the right hand as he sliced down the lane and finished off the board. 7-4 Ballarat, 2 minutes into the game, the home team with the lead. Here's Turner. Want to work in the block over that left shoulder and sticks the turnaround. Short slicing down the lane again, finds a Kuth above the rim. Couldn't quite get the handle, and Burton goes the other way. Arrived in the country on Tuesday. Deontay Burton, At 11 points and 7 assists last night, and bang!
Oh, that's deep.
He opens his account from long range.
He looks like every bit of a shooter. He doesn't look terribly athletic, but to be able to play at that, that height at this level, you've got to be able to shoot the ball.
And a blocking foul called there on Daniels. Kwani will go to the line. And Deontay Burton out of the University of Nevada. He's a former teammate of Ballarat import Jerry Evans Jr., who also played at Nevada. And add on to that also Marquise Coleman, the new import for the Miners, who's currently sitting out with a hamstring injury. All three of those guys played together at Nevada, which is an interesting little sub-story.
It's now an NBL1 pipeline, I think. Yeah, that's where you go to.
Is that what that is?
Bread. Yeah, you go NBL.
Okay.
Nevada, NBL1,
right,
and then NBL.
I like it. The Wolfpack, I think they are. It's a 1-point ball game. Bendigo with the lead after that Burton triple. Turner going to work down low and can't finish. Akuth worried him out of it. Here's Fox out of UC Davis. Finds Tristan Fisher and whack! He knocks that one down and takes the lead for the Miners.
Great shot coming off the pick from Fox there.
So is that Anthony Fisher's brother, Jared? Tristan Fisher?
I don't believe so.
Okay. I might be onto something there.
I've been wrong before.
The ball back with Ballarat. They hold a 2-point lead. No, I think I might be onto something there. The Fisher family, Anthony Fisher, has been in amongst things at the Cairns Taipans the last couple of years. I know he's been played here at Ballarat. Looks like his younger brother. Here's Chris Hogan's coming to the game. Finds Tanner Rayner and the ball back out to Burton. Gets the mismatch, finds it into Ray Turner. He can't hit the turnaround. Sam Short with the board. Koof down low. Oh, Fish. Oh, there's Fox. Active on the glass, can't finish.
You need the finishers. I don't know, what is the Koof listed at height-wise?
He's 6'10", I believe.
He looks every bit of 7 foot when you see him walking around there on the court.
He's so long.
Yeah, he's long.
Isn't he? He's bouncy. Obviously looking for a spot back in the lead. There's Deontay Burton now. First look at his athleticism. As he draws the foul and gets to the stripe, he is going to yam on some people this season.
Is he an athlete? Is he known as an athlete?
Oh boy,
I called him not terribly athletic at the start of the.
Did you really?
Yeah. That
slipped by me. Have you not seen the Deontay Burton highlight reel?
No, I've not seen it. I missed that one.
Oh, the man can get up.
Oh boy.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, I need
Stocky
to take that back. I
builds.
need to apologize.
We'll give you a look at that at half time.
Stocky build, but he can go.
Yeah.
He can go.
I don't know what they're feeding the guys down there at the Braves, but they got some beef on this roster.
Some beef.
All carb diet.
Beefy Bendigo Braves. Well, Dan Hansen has checked into the game, number 31 for the Braves. He can flat out shoot the thing. Hansen, well, speaking with Bendigo legend Ben Harvey earlier today, he gave us the rundown. Hansen had 4 triples in the season opener. He said he had 8 in a game last year. Couldn't quite get himself going last night, Hansen, but if he gets open, that thing's down. Here's Fox. Fisher. Fox operating in the block and just couldn't quite finish. Got right to home base balls.
Yeah, that was a good under control move. Knew what he was doing and just missed a shot.
Hansen loses the handle. You see Bendigo head coach David Hogan there on his screen, looking very, very sharp.
It does look good.
Doesn't he look sharp? Best dressed man in the building, David Hogan. Rookie head coach, just 29 years of age. And Ballsy's coaching his older brother.
Yeah, which would be difficult. I've got some younger brothers. And
You wouldn't take it?
it'd be tough for me to take tell me what to do.
Well, it's good to see him get a win in his opening game in round 1. Tough loss on this home opener last night. But wouldn't he love to get a W over the arch rivals tonight? He's short. Whack. That's down.
We've seen that same set from the Miners a few times already now.
He's off to a good start. Sam Short, 5 points, 2 of 2 from the field, and Ballarat lead by 3. Burton, no good. And Jerry Evans is into the game. Kwani, that's got to be an offensive foul, and it is. Spoke to Kwani pre-game. Boys, I said you got 20. He said he had 20 for us.
20's doable.
He said he had 20. I said you go triple-double. He said, come on, man. Come on, man. But he said he had 20. He had 19 points in their opener against Nunawading last week, which was, as we said in the pre-game, Jared, a really impressive win for the Miners.
It was. There wasn't a lot that Ballarat did wrong in that game.
There's Rayner. Good strong take. And Turner had the hop. Just didn't quite have the hands. Short, operating against the 16-year-old Daniels. Kwani now. Akuth. Turner daring him to let it fly. Jerry Evans Jr. Wow, so much talent for the Miners, and Evans sticks the turnaround.
It's a good shot, good footwork too. His feet were on the line, the worst shot in basketball, but I'd say if you're a good shooter and you're open, you can take any shot.
What?
Oh,
Here's
great
Sam
defense.
Short with the steal in transition, and he finishes over Dyson Daniels. And David Hogan calls for time. Ballarat out by 7.
Really good minute and a half there from the Miners. They stepped up a little bit on defense, started to control the boards a little more. We did almost see an early highlight with Ray Turner flying for that offensive board. If the fingers were a little bit more sticky, you might have had a pretty impressive throwdown there.
And Balls, a great start there from Sam Short, the game-leading scorer with 5 points, equal with Deontay Burton. But he's enjoying that matchup right now. And when he had Dyson Daniels, the teenager, you can see got after it at the defensive end, finishing comfortably in transition. And has been with that Melbourne United program for a couple of years. There's not much of him, but certainly Melbourne CEO Vince Crivelli has been really high on that kid over the journey.
I think you can see why. I mean, he's got to put on some weight, and he's pretty thin, but you know, he can play. He's up and down the court quickly. He's got a great handle on the ball. But it's, you know, you go a whole season as a developmental player in the NBL. It's fun to get out in these games where you're looked at as the go-to guy. You've gone a whole season of basically just doing nothing but practice. So you get out in these games and really show what you can do, and it helps a ton. I mean, this helps a ton going into the next season of an NBL. 21 years of age. Sam Short had 17 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists in Ballarat's win over Nunawading last week. Let's see how Bendigo respond. Down 7. Tick under 4 minutes to play, and Matt Bartlett has checked in. He's going to run the one. Here's Turner down low, double team with Evans digging in. Hogan couldn't find his rhythm last night at home. Chris Hogan, and misses his first attempt from long range. Luxury it is for Brendan Joyce bringing Jerry Evans Jr. off the bench. Yeah, I'm surprised by that, but you need some punch coming off the bench, and he's a heck of a player.
We got Marquise Coleman still to come into this lineup. Here's Evans from long range, right on cue. Knocks it down, and he's got 5. And Ballarat out by 10.
Such a smooth player, Evans. Reminds me of, and I'm probably showing my age a little bit here, but reminds me of Dwayne McLean, but with a jump shot.
Wow, the D-Train.
Yep, smooth moving.
He's the D-Train with a jump shot. Okay.
That's a heck of a player.
Does he have the ups? Does he have the bounce of
Oh, not many did.
Dwayne McLean?
McLean could rise. He wasn't Leon Trimingham. And that concludes our NBL history lesson for the day.
No, it certainly does not. We had a Tad Duffelmeyer reference in the
Duffelmeyer, that's a
real
Bianca
world.
Duffelmeyer's real. His daughter Bianca Duffelmeyer playing for Bendigo in the first
Played some solid minutes
game
too.
tonight.
Played really well.
And we will drop some more names, including one Adam Ballinger as we go. We've got some stories to tell with Brendan Joyce involved in this one. Tracking back into Ballsy's Wollongong days. Evans lines another one up from long range, and he barks to his home crowd as Ballarat go up by 12. Evans Jr. is up and about.
It's a great way to introduce yourself.
Ray Turner. Yeah, that was a nice strong move from him. Too easy from Josh Fox. Needs to body up down low.
Josh Fox usually finds himself in a physical matchup as the person with the advantage. He's certainly not going to have that with Turner today.
Kwani enjoying the physicality down low. He adds to his tally. He's now got 6. And Ballarat enjoying a double-digit lead early. And crowding Turner in the block. He turns it over. Fisher kicks it ahead to Evans, and he's feeling it. Turnover there, though. Good hands from Daniels and Bartlett. Here's the teenager.
They look to be fronting Turner in the post, and then anytime they get over the top, the double team is coming quick.
There's Fox, as you say, balls denying Turner in the block. Hogan lets it fly. And it's a good call from the official as Fox face guarded Turner on the block out. They're hot on that.
Yeah, you've got to actually you got to actually see the ball. You can't just face guard and push out of bounds.
That's his second personal. Josh Fox. He'll head out. And Turner will head to the strike. Jordan Lingard will come in to replace Fox. We're back to 11 to those Turner free throws. 1.5 remaining in the first quarter. Evans, he's been lively, and he kisses that off the glass. 10 first quarter points for Jerry Evans Jr. Again, you see that front on the post and the pass over the top to Andronicus, and he draws the foul. And the Miners just a little small right now with both Akuth and Fox on the bench. Got Jerry Evans Jr. at the 5 and Jordan Lingard coming in playing some spot minutes at 6-7 at the 4, and Bendigo wisely looking to take advantage.
Yeah, I think they knew that going in. That's why they're fronting the post, trying to keep the ball out of there any way they can. But they're not trying to. Bendigo's looking there every single time, especially with Andronicus down there. Does he have a nickname? Andronicus have a nickname? Something. He needs.
Well,
Andy. Go with Andy.
He might be the bricklayer if he keeps shooting from the foul line like he did there. Those one got all kinds of iron as Evans Jr. goes to work again. And he'll look to add his tally from the charity stripe. Tweet come in from Illawarra Mercury editor Julian O'Brien. Hey, William Centre, is that the late great Craig Sager coaching the Bendigo Braves? Enjoying the fashion sense of rookie head coach David Hogan.
Tighter pants than Sager, but the jacket isn't quite loud enough.
The jacket's nowhere near loud enough.
Oh, it's only one colour for a start.
I think there's shades of Dean Bickerman about his get-up. Well, men's club action maybe. 41 seconds to go in the first quarter. Ballarat lead by 15. This one threatening to get out of hand quick.
That's great transition defence in the Miners.
There's Bartlett, offensive rebound by Lloyd, fortuitously gets it off his foot to Bartlett. He's got Turner on the roll. Up against Kwani. Jerry Evans Jr. with the help and forces the turnover. And Turner's having a tough time down there.
Yeah, I think he had the move, but it was the double team came late there, but still it affected his shot.
He's been active, Evans, at both ends. Some big rebounds, the strip there.
Well, it's good coaching from Brendan Joyce. And he knows that Bendigo's bread is buttered down low. Ray Turner and Matt Andronicus. And he's throwing numbers at those two big bodies.
Yeah, Brendan Joyce coach team is always going to play hard, no matter who they're up against or what the outcome is supposed to be. But playing under him, you're held to a pretty high standard. And if you're not at that standard, he'll let you know.
Ten seconds remaining in the first quarter. Sam Short operating off that high ball screen. Lefty floater, no good. And that will do it for the opening term. As the Ballarat Miners jump out to a big lead in the first quarter, making a statement to their home crowd. 30-15, Jared. They lead after one.
As a coach, you want your team to get their business done early, and that's exactly what the Miners have done, doubling the Brave score. This has been a commanding 10 minutes of basketball.
Well, it's been led by Jerry Evans Jr., the former Cairns Taipans import, coming out off the bench, has 12 points balls on 4 of 4 shooting in just 5 minutes of playing time.
Yeah, he hasn't looked like missing. He's got that lefty stroke, and his first three was steps behind. And you hit a couple shots when you first get out there. It makes the rest of your game go a whole lot easier. And he's rolling right now.
And for Bendigo, Turner and Burton each have 5. Andronicus has 4, and they just have not been able to get things going at all. 7 turnovers in that opening term, 4 of them belonging to Ray Turner. He's a -14 on the plus minus, and you would think Bendigo really need to turn things around in the opening couple of minutes of this second term. Well, this one could get ugly quick.
Yeah, still a lot of game to play, but down 15 is not where you want to be going into the second quarter.
Turner's seen a lot of the ball in that first period, but a combination of Akuth's length and then, as you were saying, Balls, the quick double team on the post when they went with the shorter lineup. It seems to have, I guess, throwing those different looks at him seems to have flummoxed him a little bit. He needs to get a little bit of composure, take his time, figure out what he's going to do with the matchup that he has.
Well, to recap from the first leg of our doubleheader here in Ballarat, it was the Bendigo Braves who got the win over the Ballarat Rush, 73-55. They are now 3-0 to start the season. The stacked Bendigo lineup, and tonight they were led by Kelly Wilson once again. 22 points, 8 rebounds and 8 assists. Dean Payne had 15. 14 of those were in the second half. And Tessa Levy and Gabrielle Richards each had 13. And for Ballarat, what a performance from Shanice Jenkins. 19 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists and 5 steals. And the youngster Laura Taylor with a double-double, 10 and 12 off the bench. But it was Bendigo got the win. Ballarat looking to get one back here in the men's, and we are underway in the second quarter as Jerry Evans looks to go to work.
Get the ball to the hot hand. That was a called play. Got it to him. He missed, but you want the ball in his hand.
Is that coaching 101 from Brendan Joyce?
Yeah.
Do you remember? I mean, did he go to your hot hand from time to time?
Yeah. Get the ball to the hot hand.
Yep.
If you're shooting it well, you've earned that. But I think that getting the ball to the guy who's playing the best sounds like easy coaching. Sometimes it is easy.
Well, Ray Turner's not finding it easy right now.
No.
Balls.
Again, the quick double team forced him to spin base. It's not where he wanted to go.
That's his 5th turnover. We are 33 seconds into the second term.
Off either block, Turner's looked to the middle every single time, and Ballarat have made him go baseline. He's clearly not comfortable going that way.
5 points, 4 boards, but as I say, has given that thing over 5 times. Sam short from long range. And Turner too strong on the boards. Turner, there he gets the step, gets to home base and finishes over the front rim.
Yeah, you can see why they want to double team, because when he's got single coverage, he's under control under there, and he goes up to score.
There's Jerry Evans Jr. He's feeling it from long range. He's missed his last
Rebound by
couple.
Lingard, and the finish.
Long board from Jordan Lingard. And they really needed that, the Miners.
Just to re-establish themselves a little bit. Bendigo have looked good in the first couple of minutes in this quarter.
Oh, I got my Ballarats and my Bendigos mixed up there, but there's a hit from Matt Johnston. Played with Matthew Dellavedova as a junior in the under-14 Nationals for the Bendigo Braves way back when. He's come out of Maryborough with Delhi, and they have gone in different directions, balls, in their basketball career, but comes out and knocks one down there.
Yeah, they have. Johnson caught a few more breaks. He probably could be playing for the Cavs right now. But yeah, he has had a great story, both from Maryborough. He also plays football, and he travels from for the games from
Shepparton.
Travels in from Shepparton just for the games. Well, in practice too, probably.
Him and Matt Bartlett, both teachers in Shepparton. And yeah, they make their way down to Bendigo.
It's the lazy 2-hour trip each way. Hashtag commitment.
There's some more points there for Jerry Evans Jr. He's going to head out for a rest. Fox comes back in. Junior averaged 14 points and 8 rebounds a game in Cyprus last season, in the 18-19 European season, and coming in off to a good start in NBL1 for the Miners, and a great start tonight.
Cyprus sounds like a nice place to play.
Hogan can't finish underneath. Dingakuth draws the foul in the block. There's Jake Cowling.
I like that from Ballarat. Dingakuth played great defense at the other end on Turner, then contested the shot. Try to get the ball into him in the post. Reward your big man for making an effort.
I think it might be Jake Cowling, who teaches in Shepparton.
Oh, did I get that wrong?
Yeah, I think you've got your Cowlings and your Johnstons mixed up. I would have thought, you know, with your long history.
Oh, they're going to dock my
with
pay.
Bendigo basketball balls, you would have known. And here comes Deontay Burton. Hogan, good look
Great
underneath,
pass.
and Turner throws it down.
Up for the downstroke. That was nice.
May well be playing his last season for the Braves. Chris Hogan has played over 400 games in the Seabull. He's played, this is his 3rd in the NBL1, but has been a stalwart of Bendigo basketball for such a long time. And that was his moment. Balls.
We're right there. That one.
I was right in
After
that one.
400 games, that was his moment right there.
He stepped down from the captaincy this year, Hogan. His Braves are up against it right now, Jared, down 11, but they've just been able to grasp back a bit of momentum in these last couple of minutes.
Bendigo have been much, much better this period. On offense in particular, they're starting to get Turner out towards a mid-post or a high post now. He was getting swamped in that low post in the first period. They've started to move him a little bit higher up. He's started to get some cleaner looks, and he's been able to create a little more. He's had a bit more space to do his thing, and that's helped the other 4 players on the court.
I feel like they're moving the ball much better around the perimeter away from Turner and getting some action elsewhere. And then that's how Hogan found him underneath for the throwdown, and instead of just rolling it to him in the block where Ballarat can easily send.
Yeah, you get a couple reversals that makes it so much easier to score from the post, because you need that defense to be moving around. But if they're set up and they're trying to double team, you really have no chance, because you want some confusion in what they're doing.
Well, the Braves come back on court with Chris Hogan practicing his shooting stroke. He's been knocking those open looks down for a long time for Bendigo, but he's 0 for 3 from range tonight, 0 from 4 from the field. And he's a little frustrated. He knows that it was a good chance. That last wide open one could have cut this thing back into single digits.
He's too good a shot to stay cold for too long, though.
6.5 to play here in the second quarter. Bendigo getting up the floor defensively. Short. Fox. Akuth lines it up from long range. That's no good. Turner daring him to shoot from out there, and that's why. Here's Deontay Burton. Finds Johnston. Couldn't make a count, and Ballarat in transition. Kwani attacking, probing.
Oh, did everything but drop.
Burton the other way, doing the same. Got the step and got the finish.
Tough finish there, too.
Bendigo chipping back into this thing. 9 down. Evans Jr. out of bounds. Trying to find Fox underneath, and Brendan Joyce Balls is not happy.
I think he's actually kind of happy there. That's just his okay face right there.
This is Brendan Joyce's okay
yelling.
face.
Yeah, that's his calm yelling. You don't want to see him when he's not happy.
Wow.
He's calm yelling.
Yeah.
Whose calm yelling was more intense? Brendan Joyce or Tom Izzo?
No, Brendan, all due respect, he's Bambi compared to Coach Izzo. That's a different, you're college kids. They're not professionals. You're trying to guide them along, make them better players too. So it's a different.
Well, that one's down from Hogan. As we said, practicing his stroke out of the timeout. He visualized that one and knocked it down. We've got a 6-point ball game.
Kwani just lost him on the screen there, went under the screen, gave him that space to shoot. That's not a man you want to let shoot.
Well, the same happens down this end for Sam Short. Knocks it down for 3. And we are going back and forth from long range right now. Here's Burton, gets the step on Short. And the strength of Burton with the English off the glass.
That was nice, impressive. A little reverse, great body control. Nice little soft one off the glass.
First step of Burton's is quick. Here's Kwani. Rises up from mid-range and knocks that down. That's wet from Kwani. You think the Taipan should re-sign him, Balls? You like what you see from Kwani?
I think so. I think he showed what he can do in the latter half of the season with them last year. And you want to reward your developmental players, and he knows the system. He knows what's expected. So,
Burton draws the foul. Akuth sent it away, but the foul will send Burton to the stripe. They just picked up Majuk Deng from the Adelaide 36ers, the Taipans. It's a good signing.
Yeah, very good signing. I love watching Adelaide. Played there for 5 years. They're a fun team to watch. Very well coached.
I feel like he's the perfect kind of guy that the Taipans should be going after. The Taipans, Illawarra, those smaller market teams, with the salary cap increasing year by year at the moment in the NBL, they've got to find those guys that are, the change of scenery type guys.
Yeah,
who come just flowing with talent, who with a bit of a bigger role could flourish.
Exactly. Get them early, and hopefully they can stick around for a while. Guys that, are comfortable in their surroundings and can stick around and make a big difference in the club.
The Braves back in this one. 7-point margin, 4 minutes to play in the second quarter. Evans Jr. wheeling and dealing, finds Kwani, and that's a travel, and we're going the other way. Deontay Burton, he likes it. He's locked in at the defensive end right now, Burton.
He's really taking to Kwani at the moment. Aside from that little 15-foot jumper off the screen, Kwani hasn't really had too much of a look. Everything he's had has been contested this quarter.
Here's Hogan off the turnout, catches, fires, hit the front of the iron, and
Jerry Evans perhaps a bit too languid and relaxed there. Could have had that ball if he was on his toes.
He's looking to let that thing fire. Chris Hogan, 1 of 5 now from long range, but wanted a heat check there after knocking that last one down. Here's Burton, wants the two-man game with Ray Turner. Fires it from deep. Ooh. And that's good for Deontay Burton.
Off the dribble, too, over an extended hand. That was nice.
He's got 14 now, Burton, as he almost single-handedly is bringing Bendigo back into the ball game. Short can't hit. There's Burton on the glass. He is everywhere right now. Shakes the defense, rises up, and
lovely move.
Finishes through the contact. Deontay Burton is going to work.
He is. He needs the ball in his hands. Good things happen when the ball's in his hands. Did I say he wasn't an athlete?
You did say he wasn't an athlete.
I'm still not convinced. I'm still not convinced. He's a great player, but he doesn't look like a crazy athlete to me. Not yet, at least.
I think the best thing to do in this situation is just submit defeat.
No.
Because the explosive.
You don't have to be a crazy athlete to be a great player.
The stride stop, and as he floated through the air down the lane, finished with the left.
He floated, yeah, but he wasn't very high. He wasn't very high. This comes from a high flyer myself.
Yeah, I might not even wait till halftime. I'm going to bring up the YouTube highlight clips for you to check out, balls, because
bring up the Adam Ballinger highlights as well. We'll compare and contrast. He's taking a seat now, but he has dragged his team back into this game.
Well, he's got 17 now, Burton. 5 of 6 from the field, 2 of 3 from long range, and 5 of 5 from the stripe. And Bendigo trailed by 1. Down double digits for most of this game, down 15 at three-quarter time.
Can the Braves keep this going without him?
Well, that's the question. Sam Short with the mid-range. They have exploded offensively, Bendigo. Behind Burton, here's Andronicus, and the confidence is up for the Braves.
Andronicus is huge.
Yeah, he's like, what's that show with the motorcycle guys?
Sons of Anarchy.
Sons of Anarchy. Yeah. All right, I saw the highlight film. I might be wrong. That's my second mistake. Liam's going to make me sit in the back seat on the way home.
He's the muscle from Sons of Anarchy. He is a monster of a man.
Wow.
It's possible he lost a little bit of
the worst admission of
hops on his flight over, though.
I've heard in a while. And Josh Fox hits that triple. It's a 4-point game. Turner from the baseline, and he's starting to get himself going now. They're playing him single coverage in the block all of a sudden, balls, and everything's coming up Bendigo. Now, that should have been over in the back there.
I would have thought.
With Dyson Daniels harassing Short, and the turnover eventually. Oh, the ball's going back to Ballarat. Some home cooking, Jared. in their home opener.
I'll say that we didn't have a good angle on that one.
we couldn't possibly have had a better angle as we sit right here on the halfway line. We asked the question about Bendigo with Burton on the bench by saying that 3 times quickly. But they're holding tough. Andronicus and Turner want to work down low, and they pick things up defensively. Short, and there's the hands in from Daniels, and he'll send a coup to the strike.
A big minute and a half here for both sides. We saw in the women's game prior to this one, the Brave were able to just keep the rush at arm's length, and I'm sure the Miners will be looking to do the same here. 2 points is not what they want after a 15-point quarter-time lead. They want to push this out to 6 or 7 at the half.
Well, timeout called, 2-point game, 1:24 remaining in the second quarter, and Balls, the man of the moment really is Deontay Burton. 17 first half points. The Braves were down 15 at quarter time, and he has absolutely exploded. The 6'1" guard out of Nevada.
Yeah, he's impressive, but I think just having the ball in his hands a little bit more than they were at the start is making the difference, because it forces defense to play off him, and other players are getting a little bit more open. But you know, he's going off ball screens. He's hit a couple threes over extended hands. That brings the defense out more, and then he's going by him and laying it up. No dunks yet, though.
No dunks. No dunks. Well, I have a feeling we're going to see one. As I said, recently was playing in the G League playoffs. We know our man Mitch Creek is his group. The Long Island Nets are in there at the moment. He's not with them, as we know. With the Minnesota Timberwolves on his 10-day NBA contract. But 6 points per game, Burton, for the Salt Lake City Stars this season. And to begin his professional career, he played in Germany in the Bundesliga with Radio Farm Ulm, which is where Kiwi international Isaac Fotu is right now. It's a high quality German team, Ulm, and he comes in at Bendigo with some serious pedigree.
Your basketball knowledge astounds me. I've never heard of. I thought Bundesliga was a soccer team.
No, that's the German BBL. Mitch Creek played there.
Mitch
Creek played there last year. DJ Kennedy, the Melbourne United import, was the leading scorer maybe 4 or 5 years ago. That's a good league, the Bundesliga, and Burton played a couple of years there. Here's Daniels, the teenager, 16 years of age. I feel like I'm going to say that about 20 times tonight about Dyson Daniels, but just so impressed with his poise out there. Yeah,
he looks, I mean, you can tell he's the youngest guy on the court.
Yep.
But
although he doesn't look a lot younger than Sam Short, just quietly, who is 5 years older. But
both long and skinny. He's got long arms. He's controlled out there. He looks like he's where he's supposed to be.
As I said, son of Bendigo legend Ricky Daniels, and I think he's got a big future in the game. Here's Turner. No good.
Did Ricky Daniels play NBL at all? I can't recall.
I don't think so. I don't think so, but certainly was a gun in the Siebel for Bendigo. 2-time Siebel MVP.
Great player to watch.
And his number 23 lives in the rafters at Bendigo Stadium as Sam Short knocks down the pull-up.
Nice pull-up there. I think too many times guys will try to go that extra step and shoot that runner. It's might be a hot take right here, but I don't like a runner as a shot unless you absolutely have to shoot it.
No, I agree. I'd rather get my feet under me every time.
Well, neither does Burton. He's not interested in runners. He's just looking to make it rain from long range. That is his third triple, and he's got 20 as we head towards the half. And a foul to give. Not such a bad foul there from Dyson Daniels. As we wind down the first half here, Deontay Burton with an absolute scoring explosion for Bendigo in this second quarter. 6 of 7 from the field, 3 of 4 from long range. And he has pulled Bendigo back into this ball game.
Now, I'm sure he's got, you know, he's not been here for long, but he's probably heard about the NBL and probably wants to play in it.
Turner on the halftime buzzer. Ooh, front rims it.
That would have counted.
That would have tied it up had he made it. But instead, Ballarat, after leading 30-15 at quarter time, have just a 3-point lead at the half. 47-44. Stay with us. We'll take a short break and be back to wrap up the opening half action and get into the second half here at the Ballarat Minor Dome. Open from range, and that's down.
With that height at this level, you've got to be able to shoot the ball.
Blocking foul. Finds Tristan Fisher, and whack! He knocks that one down. And Tatons is into the game. Kwani, that's got to be an offensive foul, and it is. Spoke to Kwani pre-game. Coleman still to come into this lineup. Here's Evans from long range, right on cue. As we go, we've got some stories to tell with Brendan Joyce involved in this one. Tracking back into Ballsy's Wollongong days. Evans lines another one up from long range, and he barks to his home crowd. Again, you see that front on the post and the pass over the top to Andronicus, and he draws the... There's Jerry Evans Jr. He's feeling it from long range. Just missed his last
rebound
couple.
by Lingard. And the finish.
Long board from Jordan Lingard. And I got my Ballarats and my Bendigos mixed up there.
Did everything but drop.
Burton the other way doing the same. Got the step and got the finish.
Tough finish there too.
Ball game.
Kwani just lost him on the screen there, went under the screen, gave him that space to shoot. That's not a man you want to let shoot.
Well, the same happens down this end for Sam Short. Knocks it down for... Here's Burton, gets to step on Short. And the strength of Burton with the England. Burton wants the two-man game with Ray Turner. Fires it from deep. Ooh. And shakes the defense, rises up. And
lovely move.
Motorcycle guys.
Sons of Anarchy. Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah. All right, I saw the highlight film. I might be wrong. That's my second mistake. Liam's going to make me sit in the back seat on the way home.
He's the
try to go with that extra step and shoot that runner. It's a might be a hot take right here, but I don't like a runner as a shot unless you absolutely have to shoot it.
No, I agree. I'd rather get my feet on.
Turner on the halftime buzzer. Ooh, front rims it.
That would.
Kwani open from range, and that's down.
With that height at this level, you've got to be able to shoot the ball.
Blocking foul. Finds Tristan Fisher, and whack! He knocks that one down. And Tatons is into the game. Kwani, that's got to be an offensive foul, and it is. Spoke to Kwani pre-game. Coleman still to come into this lineup. Here's Evans from long range, right on cue. As we go, we've got some stories to tell with Brendan Joyce involved in this one. Tracking back into Ballsy's Wollongong days. Evans lines another one up from long range, and he barks to his home crowd. you see that front on the post and the pass over the top to Andronicus, and he draws the... There's Jerry Evans Jr. He's feeling it from long range. Just missed his last
Rebound by
couple.
Lingard. And the finish.
Long board from Jordan Lingard. And I got my Ballarats and my Bendigos mixed up there.
Did everything but drop.
Burton the other way doing the same. Got the step and got the finish.
Tough finish there too.
Ball game.
Kwani just lost him on the screen there, went under the screen, gave him that space to shoot. That's not a man you will let shoot.
Well, the same happens down this end for Sam Short. Knocks it down for... Here's Burton, gets the step on Short. And the strength of Burton with the England. Burton wants the two-man game with Ray Turner. Fires it from deep. And shakes the defense, rises up. And
Lovely move.
Motorcycle guys.
Sons of Anarchy.
Sons of Anarchy. Yeah. All right, I saw the highlight film. I might be wrong. That's my second mistake. Liam's gonna make me sit in the back seat on the way home.
He's the
try to go with that extra step and shoot that runner. It's a might be a hot take right here, but I don't like a runner as a shot unless you absolutely have to shoot it.
No, I agree. I'd rather get my feet on.
Turner on the halftime buzzer. Ooh. Front rims it.
That would.
Kwani open from range, and that's down.
With that height at this level, you've got to be able to shoot the ball.
Blocking foul. Finds Tristan Fisher, and whack! He knocks that one down. And Titans is into the game. Kwani. That's got to be an offensive foul, and it is. Spoke to Kwani pre-game. Coleman still to come into this lineup. Here's Evans from long range, right on cue. As we go, we've got some stories to tell with Brendan Joyce involved in this one. But tracking back into Ballsy's Wollongong days. Evans lines another one up from long range, and he barks to his home crowd. Again, you see that front on the post and the pass over the top to Andronicus, and he draws the... There's Jerry Evans Jr. He's feeling it from long range. Just missed his last
Rebound
couple.
by Lingard. And the finish.
Long board from Jordan Lingard. And they... Welcome back to the Minor Dome in Ballarat as we get set for the second half of this NBL1 game of the week between the Ballarat Miners and the Bendigo Braves. I'm Liam Santamaria. Alongside me right now is former NBL star and Michigan State alum, Adam Ballinger. And Adam, it was all Ballarat in the opening term. They jumped out to a 30-15 lead on the back of Jerry Evans Jr. and his 12 first quarter points, but Deontay Burton's scoring explosion in the second quarter, 20 points at the half, and Bendigo, they're back within 3.
They have. They've righted the ship, and Burton, with the ball in his hands, has made a huge difference.
What do the Miners need to do in response? Because if things continue as they did in that second quarter, Bendigo's going to run away with this thing on the road.
I like the way they came out and double-teamed the post. I think if you cut out their interior scoring, they should be all right.
And we're also joined by Ballarat basketball aficionado, the voice of Ballarat this season with the Rush and the Miners, Jared Prosser. And Jared, Ballarat got the win in the first leg of tonight's doubleheader. The Rush, oh no, sorry, they didn't. Bendigo got the win. Yes. They're looking to bounce back, and they lost all their momentum in that second term.
I think Bendigo adjusted well. They seemed to go into the low block seemingly every time down the floor in the first quarter. The double teams that Adam spoke about really threw Ray Turner for 6. In the second quarter, they seemed to find a lot more space for him. There was a lot more ball reversal. They found him in the mid-post and the high post and allowed him a bit of room to operate. It'll be interesting to see how Ballarat adjust again to Bendigo's adjustments on offense.
And as we know, Ballarat stacked with NBL talent. Sam Short, the Melbourne United development player at the 1. They've got Kwani from Cairns. Jerry Evans Jr., who had a great opening half. But the other one is Denga Kuth, the centre from the Sydney Kings. A little quiet in that first half. 2 points, just 3 field goals, and just 1 rebound. How do the Miners get a Kuth going at the offensive end?
They stuck to him pretty well. Whether it's a deliberate tactic not to let him see the ball off pick and rolls, I couldn't really say for certain. But they did stick to him really well. He does need to get a little bit more active on the glass at both ends of the court, though. If you're finding that you're not receiving the ball, go find the ball. Get on the glass. Go hunt a block shot. See if you can put your hands in the lane. Go find the ball. And eventually, once you start finding the ball will find you.
Balls the Bendigo Braves played last night against the up-and-coming talent at the Centre of Excellence. They lost at home. And whereas Ballarat are fresh coming in to this one on their home floor. Is that going to be a factor, do you think, in the second half? Just 24 hours after that up-and-down game against the kids.
It can be, absolutely. A back-to-back in any situation is tough, but it is. I mean, the travel isn't easy. You know, you're playing the night before, then you're traveling here for the game. It can make a difference in the last quarter, but it can also help sometimes too because you're fresh, or you're not fresh, but you're ready to go. The opposite of fresh.
We would think it's on the hands of Deontay Burton, really, for the Bendigo Braves. He is the man who brought Bendigo back into it, and he is the man who has the rock as we open the second half. Kwani in his stuff. Hogan on the flare pick. Oh, finds Turner down low. Nice pass from Hogan as Akuth was expecting the long-range attempt. And Turner finishes at the cup.
Great hands from Turner to catch that too. It was an awkward angle for him.
Yeah, I thought he was shooting it. I thought he had already turned to go get the offensive rebound.
Here's Akuth down low. Ballarat making a focus on going to him to start their second half, and he responds. Sticks the hook shot. Just what we called for. Akuth to get going at the offensive end.
They run an old Utah Jazz play to get him open then.
Well, speaking of Utah, there's Burton out of Salt Lake City in the G League. Was en fuego in that second quarter. No luck there for Fisher. There's Matt Johnston. Oh, turnover. Short picked his pocket. Akuth on the break, and he yams it.
It would be nice to be 6'10", wouldn't it?
Yeah, he's long. He isn't that very high to get up to throw that thing down, that's for sure.
Is it nice being 6'10"?
I'm 6'9".
I'm trying to help you out here, my man.
6'9", 6'9". It is nice. It's not as nice when you're not playing basketball sometimes, but I'll take it.
Well,
he's bigger than 6'10".
And it's
though.
not just the height, too, the length of Akuth, but also the mobility. You see him getting up and down the floor there in transition, and he's a guy you'd think a few NBL teams would be just having a look at. He didn't show much at the Kings over his time there, but just 22 years of age, his upside is large. And there's Fisher sticking the 3 ball and putting Ballarat up by 6. Burton and there's Hogan gets Akuth in the air. Johnston, former junior teammate of Matthew Dellavedova. Turner in the block. Josh Fox comes from the other side of the floor to double team him. And then Turner misses the fadeaway. Sam short now. Late in the 10 seconds to go in the shot clock. Double team from Bendigo. Fox looking to take advantage on the rotations, and he can't make that finish off the glass. Out of bounds off Ballarat. Ball goes back to Bendigo, and rookie head coach David Hogan applauds his team's defensive effort. And really, that's been Burton at one end offensively, but what they've been able to do defensively since that opening turn, that 30-point explosion from Ballarat, has helped them turn this game around.
Absolutely. We got the ball in Burton's hands here. They're probably going to look through a lot of high ball screens and stuff like that. Just let them go to work and let the other players just play off of them.
Burton looks to do exactly that. Johnston can't provide the finish from the arc. Hogan winds one up, and that's down.
That was from a long way out.
The veteran, Chris Hogan, hits his second 3 ball for the night and cuts the margin to 3. Fox bullying Hogan in the block, but Hogan up for the challenge. Forces the miss, and here's Burton exploring in transition. He pulls it out. Now he attacks. Can't finish. Johnson, sorry it is. And he sticks the triple. With his former teammate no doubt watching on from across the Pacific. Matt Johnston with the steal and the 3, and ties this one up midway through the 3rd quarter. There's Quani off the glass.
That's a much needed basket for the Miners.
And he's got 10 now. Quani, and he puts Ballarat back up by 2. Johnson winds one up again. No good.
A little bit of a heat check moment there.
We've seen a couple of one-make heat checks throughout the night. There's Quani. And he has some rhythm at the offensive end right now.
Johnson just keeps shooting. He doesn't have a body type that screams 2-guard or 3-guard, but he's out there. He can tell he can play the game.
Well, what did you call the Braves?
The beef.
the beefy Bendigo Braves.
They go there wide
he
across.
Came with that right out of the gate too.
Yeah, just first impressions. This is the first time I've seen him this year.
A bit of beef. I mean, you were never,
I was never
a
slim,
skinny.
No.
You were no Denga Kuth out there.
No,
Ball.
definitely
Sam
not.
Short.
Yeah, I was close to the ground. Stay close to the ground. Jump hooks and shot fakes.
Pick and pop.
Yeah, pick and pop.
Mid-range. We saw all of that on the NBL socials today. In your Michigan State Spartan outfit. You got some hopes for the Spartans in the Final Four ball?
I do. The game's on tomorrow, I think 10:24, so I'll be in front of the TV.
There's school holidays. You don't need to keep your kids home
I know,
from
I don't
school
need to keep them
anymore.
home either. I know.
You can watch it guilt-free with the boys.
But they have a legitimate chance. All 4 teams in the Final Four have a legitimate chance of winning it.
Oh, wow, groundbreaking stuff.
No, but usually there's like if Duke was in the
Okay.
Final Four, you would
Right,
say
I
they
get
have
you.
they're the favorites.
I get you.
And Michigan State's the obvious favorites. I just don't want to be too much of a homer on that one.
No, go for it.
Well, there's an offensive foul called on the Miners. I think that one's on Tristan Fisher. Is it Tristan Fisher? Tristan Fisher, yeah, brother of Anthony. The ball goes back to Bendigo. 5-point lead to Ballarat. 4.5 to go in the third. Here's Lloyd. Andronicus down low. Turner down even lower. Too big and too strong. That was a man-sized finish from Ray Turner underneath.
Against the double team as well. It came quickly. It forced in baseline, just like in the first period. Finished through it this time.
He's up to 17 points, Turner. Kuth can't get the putback, and Bendigo off to the races. Here's here's Bartlett. Pushing the ball, and Bendigo draw the foul. 3-point game. On the back of Turner's finish underneath. And you've got to love the response from Bendigo after that butt whooping they took in the opening quarter. And Turner draws another foul. That's the third team foul, sorry, in a row there for the Miners. After what has been a pretty free-flowing third quarter, it's starting to become a bit of a grind.
A little bit, but Turner, when he gets the ball down there, he's not rushing at all. He's calm down there with the ball. He's making the right moves. The double team is coming. He's either passing it out or he's scoring over that, too.
He had those 5 turnovers in the opening, quarter and a minute? And hasn't had another one since, and he's put 17 points on the board, 8 of 14 from the field. They've made a good adjustment. He lets that fly from long range as the shot clock winds down. Here's a Kuth. Handoff with Sam Short. Rejects the handoff. Fades to the corner and splashes the 3 ball. He's up to 17 now, Sam Short.
4 threes for the game as well.
And Burton back into the game. Had 20 points in that opening half, Deontay Burton, but hasn't been able to add to that in the third term. Sat a good chunk of minutes right there. And he'll be looking to get himself back going. Here's Sam Short who's feeling it. And that's down.
Oh, why not?
He shows 3 fingers to his home crowd.
It's a good shot. The defender went under the screen. He just stopped right behind it and put it up.
Short's up to 20. He's an equal game leading scorer, and he has really impressed. Lloyd, bad turnover underneath. And that's a good defensive play.
Wonderful defense.
Wow. The home crowd do not like it, but Matt Bartlett moving his feet, picking the spot and taking it right down the numbers.
I don't know. I think that was a block. You think that's a charge?
Oh well, we didn't. The viewers just saw the replay. I didn't catch it, but yeah, in real time, I thought that was a charge. I thought he picked the spot.
I think that was a charge.
Did you?
If the homer thinks that was a charge.
Well, Kwani doesn't like it. Of course.
Yeah, they usually don't when it's on you.
That's only his second personal. No real foul trouble for any of the Miners. Daniels, Daniels on 3 for Bendigo. Here's Burton, 10 on the shot clock, rises up over the traffic and finger rolls it in.
Another nice layup by Burton down the middle of the lane.
Showing a little bit of his bounce as he just warms his way into the NBL1.
He's probably jet lagged though too, right?
Well,
Didn't he just get here?
He only got into the country on Tuesday.
That makes a difference.
And Bolton, look, I know you're not a huge believer in his bounce, but his explosiveness, that first step.
Yeah, explosive.
Nice.
Explosive for sure. I'll give him that.
Wow. He's riding Deontay.
No, I said he's a great player.
20.
I just haven't seen the athleticness that was on that YouTube video. How old is that video?
Good question. That was during his days at Nevada. He's 27 now, so he's been out of school.
He's getting up there now, yeah.
Well, I reckon we're going to see some highlights from Burton, and he's the game-leading scorer right now, 22 points and 4 assists. 8-point game. Evans makes it 9. As Josh Fox checks in, and Danga Kuth goes out. Brendan Joyce has his squad up on their home floor, their season opener after their home opener, sorry, after a season opening win on the road in Nunawading last week. Oh, Daniels shakes
Great
the
defense
defender.
from Evans.
Sam Short with the crossover, turns it over. Wanted the whistle, didn't get it. Daniels back to Burton, rises and finishes! Deontay Burton! What a spectacular play
That looked
from
impressive.
Bendigo's brand new import.
It looked like he tried to get up for the dunk there, didn't quite have it, brought it back down, scooped it up underneath.
He was horizontal, heading down as he shot that.
Horizontal.
That was spectacular.
Wow, we were holding each other back here in the back row.
To quote the great Jalen, hold me
Yeah,
back.
that was, if he dunked that, I would have had to eat my hat. Probably. Like, I would have been definitely wrong.
How about the ability to adjust, though, mid-air as he hung there
He's a
on
veteran.
the contact?
Oh, he's a veteran. Now
Balls.
he's 27 years old.
when, I don't know who was trying to put on the poster.
It was Evans.
It was Jerry Evans Jr.
It was not a soft foul either.
So
No.
and he took the contact, made the adjustment, and finished with the and one. Deontay Burton, he's got 25, and Turner forces the turn over and finishes on the break. And Brendan Joyce has some thinking to do. 1 minute to go in the third term, and the margin's just 4. Miners get the ball through hands. They go to Fox in the block. There's Dunmore, can't make it count. And Burton is feeling good. Double crossover, rises up, and he's back to the charity stripe.
He saw Kuth out there on the perimeter trying to guard him and knew what he was doing for right away. He had no chance.
I think he may have heard our commentary while he was on the bench.
He's trying to make a believer out of Adam Ballard, there's no doubt about that.
I'm already a believer. Already a believer. I just think he's calmed down a little bit in his older age.
Okay.
Whew, pacing himself. you
Still
think.
recovering from that. And one. Couple of possessions ago. Now he has got himself going here in the last couple of minutes. Spent the middle section of this third term on the bench, Deontay Burton. But has come in, put 7 quick points on the board and dragged Bendigo back to within 2. Here's Kwani. Oh, that's a flop on. That's a tech foul flop on Deontay Burton. Welcome down under. That sort of thing doesn't fly around here.
Don't they usually give you a warning before they call it?
One official
tech
looked
foul?
like he was given the warning. The other one said, "I don't like it one little bit."
He didn't like that at all.
Has there been a warning? I don't recall seeing that.
I don't. Yeah, that was a quick tech foul.
I think it was
flop.
just
usually you just call a block and say next time don't flop or something like that. Quick tech.
The ref, I think he just thought that one is just so egregious.
Yeah, that was maybe a little over the top, but he did get hit. I mean, he wasn't just. He did take his shoulder to the chest.
Oh, a little bit of a feather duster to the chest, I thought.
Next time you'll know. I mean, stay on your feet.
Stay on your feet, yeah, that's right.
Because you've just given up one free throw and possession.
It's what every coach since he was 6 years old would have told him, stay on your feet.
And their opportunity probably at an extra possession now gone for Bendigo as Ballarat will get it back. 15 on the game clock, 14 on the shot. Oh, Fisher misses from the line. Wow, what? I thought it was just one in possession. I'm not sure
Two
why.
in possession, it must be.
I thought we were at one in possession at the moment, but there we go. Knocks down the second, and they're out by 3. And this should be the final possession of the third quarter. Short will wait it out. And he'll then work off the ball screen from Dengakuth. Rejects it. Finds Kwani.
Short.
And Akuth on the board.
Oh, is that down?
Akuth, count it. That is good, and Ballarat are out by 5.
Well, a great start and a great finish to the period for Akuth.
Just finished it, too. I think that was a good score there, but I think he struggled with the physicality of the game so far.
Well, he's coming up against two guys who can't match him for height, but probably got 30 kilo on him in Turner and Andronicus. They are massive, massive men.
Yeah.
Well, I like the activity on the glass there from Akuth, rolling off the pick and roll action and then just doing enough to get the putback and put Ballarat back up by 5. It was 21 apiece in that third quarter. It was a real arm wrestle after Ballarat owned the opening term. And Bendigo likewise in the second turned the tables, and we have ourselves a ball game with 1 quarter to play. And the man of the moment is really Deontay Burton. 27 points, 8 of 11 from the field. He's 3 of 4 from long range, 3 rebounds and 4 assists and balls. I want to ask you, do you think he has NBL kind of potential?
Oh, yeah, I think absolutely. That's what I was saying before. I think you come out to this league in the NBL1, he probably knows a bit about the NBL. You use this maybe as a platform. You play well through this season, and you get another job in the NBL as an import.
But, I mean, these days, if you don't have an elite starting import point guard, you in the NBL, you know, that's what a couple of teams tried last season, right? With Jason Kadee in Brisbane and Shea Ely in New Zealand. And look, it's worked to some extent in each of those places, but, you know, you look at Randall and Casper Ware and Bryce Cotton instigates a lot of the offense in Perth. Does Burton have that kind of talent, or are you looking at him as a kind of like an injury replacement mid-season type of guy?
That's a good question. You put me on the spot there, but I think if he has an outstanding season, one of the good things is if you have an outstanding season here in the NBL in front of the coaches, you know what you're getting. When you get someone from America who's coming over from college or playing from somewhere else, no matter how much tape you watch on them or who you talk to, you never really know the product you're getting until they get there.
Right.
Sometimes it's easier and a better option to go with what you know and build the team around that.
We had 11 points and 7 assists last night, just feeling his way into the league, and has exploded thus far tonight. We are underway in the third term. Big couple of minutes here for Bendigo as they look to hang in this one. Make something of it down the stretch, and a great start from Daniels, and that's an unsportsmanlike foul on Tristan Fisher after Daniels picked his pocket. And that kind of professional foul is just no longer in the game, Jared.
needless as well. The Miners had a player back. It would have been a 2-on-1, but it certainly wasn't clear path. He didn't need to do that. Just frustration from turning the ball over.
And the good hands from Daniels. Getting after it defensively. Taking the cookies. And he's cashing in from the stripe. 1 from 2. 4-point ball game. Kwani got the job on Burton. The pick comes from Turner. Burton finds Turner on the roll.
Great contest by Akuth.
Yeah, Akuth made him miss there.
Brendan Joyce calling for movement, wants ball movement, player movement. Kwani wants to just go to work, and he drops his left shoulder on Hogan and kisses it off the glass.
Yeah, it's a good finish there. Great body control.
You guys stand still, I'll move, he says.
He's got 15 now, Kwani. Joins Evans Jr. on 15. Sam Short leads the way for the Miners with 20. Turner, 5 on the shot clock. Good crash from Daniels, but Kwani clears it. And he looks to explore in transition. Fisher sets his feet and splashes it from outside.
A little lucky to get that. It was a great chase by Daniels to get the ball out of Kwani's hands.
Fisher's in double figures, and Burton yet again takes the contact, finishes at the cup, and he's going to head to the stripe to take his tally to 30 and cut this one back down to 6.
Yeah, he's the reason that Bendigo's in this game at all.
He is a real handful in transition.
One of you was saying before he's only just hopped off the plane in the last 48 hours or so, was it?
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
He arrived from Salt Lake City.
I'd love to see this guy in about a fortnight once his legs are under him.
Yeah, he is making a statement in his second game in the NBL1. Fisher feeling it. Ooh, hard off the back of the rim. And Burton has it. And Bendigo just looking to play off Deontay Burton right now. Horns action, finding Hansen. He has a stroke. And that one was nothing but net. 3-point ball game. Ooh. Sam Short gets the roll.
Soft bounce.
Not Adam Ballinger's favourite shot, the floater.
No, only shoot it when you absolutely have to.
Did he have to?
I wasn't watching. I was daydreaming.
Wow.
I saw the ball go through the net.
Was someone in the crowd or?
No, you know, just off my own head.
Okay. Kwani gets to the rim. And Ballarat, nice response from them the last couple of minutes. And David Hogan calls for time.
Akuth's become a lot more active on the defensive end. He's not necessarily getting the rebounds, but he's contesting those boards, keeping the big bodies for Bendigo off the boards. He's also contested a few shots. He hasn't got the block shots, but he's made misses. He's created rebounds for his teammates to go get.
A good couple of possessions there from Ballarat, and you just feel Bendigo's been able to get it back to 5 or 6 or even 4 at times since that disastrous opening quarter, but haven't quite been able to get over the hump, Paul.
No, not at all. I mean, Ballarat hasn't relaxed a bit. You know, Brendan hasn't sat down the whole game for a reason. They've been up, but no, a couple baskets from Bendigo, and this is, you know, they're going to be ahead.
There's echoes of the women's game in this, with the roles reversed, with Bendigo just keeping Ballarat at arm's length. Every time Bendigo has made a run in this game, Ballarat just seem to be able to push back and get that back out to 6, 7, 8 points, sometimes out to 10. And every single time Bendigo's come back. There's a lot of parallels between the two games so far.
Well, it's been Burton and Turner that have got the job done for Bendigo. They have between them 49 of Bendigo's 72 points. Burton has 30. Turner has 19. Burton's 30's on 9 of 12 from the field. And we've seen him time and time again drawing contact. He's 9 of 9 from the stripe. Super efficient. Throw 5 dimes in as well as he...
3 of 4 from deep.
Advances the Brave. Andronicus wants it down low. Gets it. Deep catch on the deep post, sorry. And Evans Jr. picks it off. Here he is in transition. Kwani wants it on the alley-oop and just finishes easily off the glass. And a costly turnover from the Braves. No good from range there. Foul on Bendigo. It's their second team foul. This thing's back out to 9 all of a sudden. Just when the Braves were right back in this thing. And Short makes it 11 with that mid-range jumper.
Impressive move by Short there. He had Johnson on his back and kept him there. Didn't rush. He already knew he had him beat. Just pulled up for the shot. Shot fake. Kept his feet underneath him. Went straight back up for the shot. That was nice.
Yeah, he has been all class, Sam Short.
It's 8 straight for Ballarat too.
And another turnover there. And Ray Turner, look at the
not happy
frustration.
Is he hurt? Nope.
6th turnover of the game. Yeah, Sam Short, 24 points. 10 of 14 from the field. 4 of 6 from long range. And he's helped out elsewhere as well. 2 boards, 3 assists, 2 steals.
He's an interesting player, Short. I'm not completely sold on him as a point guard or a pure point guard at least.
Okay.
I think he's more of a combo guard, leaning towards a 2, but defensively he could certainly play against ones. He can even pinch onto certain types of threes. He's a really, really solid defensive player. I think he's still learning the point though. He's more of a natural 2 for mine.
With 6'5", he's an intriguing prospect. 21, he's not super young anymore as Evans Jr. spins and finishes in the lane. And this thing has very quickly blown back out where it's a 13-point margin. A classy response from the Miners in this final quarter. Clearly, they have more talent across the board. Balls.
It looks like it. They're playing tonight. They're playing well. They got a little bit more talent, maybe.
It's that top end talent for Bendigo,
yeah.
Burton and Turner. But
yeah, you're right. They
the
may have
Miners,
a more balanced team. Yeah, more people doing more things.
It's coming at you in waves. And it's Evans and Fox and Kwani, Short.
They keep throwing big body at you after a big body.
I think they're gonna. I think they're gonna make some noise this season.
That's a wonderful pass.
Great pass there from Daniels. Finds Hogan underneath. They're going to be 2-0 after this one. If obviously they're leading double digits now, halfway through the 4th quarter. Not over, but that would be a very nice start for Brendan Joyce and his crew.
It's what Ballarat would have expected. You might take one of those losses, but they would have been hoping for 2-0 to start the season, knowing who they had.
Ngunnawal on the road's no easy win, but having played the night earlier in Geelong, you're right. Brendan Joyce would have looked at the schedule and say, hey, I'd be disappointed if we didn't get that one. Our only game of the round, coming in fresh.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And they went in, got the job done, and they're getting it done here at home. Timeout. 11-point ball game with 4 minutes 53 to go. Maybe a chance to look across the league, boys, and update some of the results we've seen so far in the NBL1 in the men's. Last night was Ngunnawal over Hobart. bouncing back from that loss
Was that
to
in
Ballarat
Hobart?
last week. Yes.
That was in
Yeah,
that's a
Nunawading
big win.
on the Tassie trip, as we mentioned, the Centre of Excellence kids got a 15-point win over the Braves, and then tonight Nunawading getting another win down in Tassie, taking care of business against Northwest Tasmania, 92-79. Geelong over Knox by 16. Dandenong got the win over the Southern Sabres, 90-83. So they're 0-3 now, the Sabres. And the Centre of Excellence, they get their second win for the weekend, a 2-point victory over Diamond Valley. And we are early in the fourth quarter in Albury-Wodonga. The Bandits lead Ringwood by 6. It's a final in Eltham. Waverley get the win by 4 over the Wildcats. And here we have 5 minutes to play, and it's an 11-point lead to Ballarat. Yeah, that's your local crew, the Sabres, an 0-3 start, balls.
That's not what you want. I don't know much about the team, to be honest.
If Melbourne can make the AFL final 0-3, not that I'm projecting, I think the Sabres will be okay.
Well, they didn't have... I'm not sure whether they had Dave Barlow tonight or not, but he's certainly going to make a difference.
Yeah, he'll make a difference. I know they've not signed any imports, I don't think, this season.
Here's Chris Hogan. Well, Bendigo really needed that, and the veteran responds. Big hit from Hogan. Drags this thing back to 8. Still time. That'll hurt.
Oh.
And it rims out for Evans Jr. The door ajar for Bendigo. And a good take from Daniels. Got his shoulder past Sam Short, and he'll head to the stripe.
Yeah, a good hesitation dribble and straight to the hoop.
What are your thoughts on Dyson Daniels, boys? Is he,
He's looked solid so far. He's very composed. Seems to... A lot of young kids coming into these sort of leagues want to make an impact. They rush through their progressions. He seems to be taking things in his stride. He seems to be very calm, very sedate with his decision making. I think it's the second time I've seen him go to the basket. I don't think he's put up a 3 yet, has he? I'm not sure how many shots he's put up at all. I haven't seen him shoot much.
No,
there you go, he hasn't shot at all.
He's just got to the stripe a couple of times.
He's just been content to set up the offense, get his teammates the ball, keep the offense progressing, keep the ball moving. And on defense, quick hands, quick feet. He lacks a little bit for strength, but he's still a child. I think he's certainly a very, very exciting prospect.
Has worn the green and gold already in one of our junior rep sides. And I reckon he's got a big future. Wouldn't be surprised to see him at the Centre of Excellence before too long and on his way. That's a travel on Kwani in the corner. Another turnover for Ballarat. They've been a little loose with it here in this final term. And Bendigo get it back, down 7. 3 minutes 45 to play.
Game's certainly not over.
You get the ball in the hands of Burton. Burton and Turner are where the money is, and Turner can finish there over Akuth.
Good finish, under control. Akuth, that's long. That's not easy to do. He's a long guy.
Just put the shoulder in, created a little bit of space, just enough for that baby hook.
And Dyson Daniels is right in Sam Short's stuff. Steps off now because he wants to slip under the screen. They switch. Fox punishes the rotations, but he can't get the finish. 5-point game. Burton exploring. Lets it fly. Oh, that was a brick. And an ill-advised shot there from Deontay Burton. He hadn't had the look for a few possessions.
He hasn't shot while he wanted it up.
Oh! Good strong take from Kwani, and he got met with some heavy contact. Here's the replay. Kwani off the flare screen, and Turner and Burton make him earn it from the charity stripe.
He wasn't getting that shot up.
No layup rule in effect. Kwani, NBL free agent.
You got any hot leads on him?
I haven't heard anything about Kwani, but I would suspect that the Taipans would look to re-sign him. Wouldn't you think so? He was signed to that original 2-year deal when Aaron Fern was in control. Certainly as the head coach, and working with Mark Beecroft. And so it's a different regime there now with Mike Kelly. But like you said earlier, I thought he impressed in limited minutes throughout the season and has started this NBL1 season well. I think he has plenty to offer. And if they're not re-signing him, someone should. Hogan, makes something out of nothing.
Veteran move. Left-handed scoop running across the middle of the lane.
Coming across the lane on his right. Comes back towards the defense with the scoop on the left.
The old-fashioned Wilt Chamberlain finger roll from 8 feet away.
Late on the shot clock for Kwani. 3-2. Fox lets it go, and it's short, but they get it back.
That's big. Another 14 seconds to kill.
Oh, good hands from Daniels, flipping behind from the back, and big possession here. Down 5. 1:35. Burton. Offensive foul called on Turner as he cleans up Fox. Here's the replay, and jeez, it was hard to tell.
Seemed to drop an elbow.
Did he drop the people's elbow?
It was tough to tell off the replay, but it looked like he went a little bit high on Josh Fox there.
Well, that was a big possession. Burton had the hop, was heading towards the bucket.
He got fouled. He would have been at the line.
Well, he's been dynamic in those situations, hasn't he? With taking the contact and finishing at the rim, and instead the ball goes the other way. And Ballarat have a chance here, really, to close the door. 5 up, 1.5 minutes.
Yeah, it wouldn't be fully closed. Not fully closed.
It wouldn't be locked.
No, it wouldn't be locked. It'd be cracked with some light shining through it.
Well, Bendigo's defense has been solid in these last few minutes, and it's really been level pegging in this second half after a topsy-turvy opening couple of terms. Burton denies Kwani. Here's a handoff here with a Couth. Back to Kwani here. They want Evans Jr. in the block on Burton. Got the mismatch. Gets to the middle, fades away and knocks it down. And with an Adam Ballinger type celebration, falls on his backside as he comes back down the floor. Ballarat up by 7.
Daniels has lost a shoe.
Oh, yeah,
Here's Hansen. They need that. Turner gets it back, and a turnover here. Short has it. 50 seconds to go, and that's it for mine.
You done? We should just just take it off. Take off these headsets.
It's done, ball. 7-point game. Daniels fouls.
Goes to get his shoe.
And he's been playing the last 20 or so seconds without a shoe. Gives up the foul to go back and collect it.
The shoe was in the lane for a while. Do you know the ruling on that? Like, do you stop play? I mean, potentially someone could step on that and turn the
but you do. We've obviously seen people use it, right?
Yeah, they try and block shots.
Try to block the shot, get the tech foul. No one did that. Someone sent it out of bounds. Didn't catch who. And we wait for the 16-year-old to do his shoelaces up.
He might need some help. I've got a 6-year-old son. He's going on 7. He has shown absolutely no willingness to tie his own shoes so far. So he's going to be there soon. Hopefully by 16 he can tie his own shoes, but we'll see. It doesn't look like from now he wants to. We just got to get him Velcro his whole career. Velcro shoes.
Well, Dyson Daniels has plenty of strings to his bow, and doing up his shoelaces is definitely one of them. That was no issue whatsoever as Fox goes up and under. Can't finish, but they get the and one via a coup.
Right place, right time, Dengakuth.
And the Miners are going to hold on. They were really challenged in this second half on their home floor by their arch rivals, Bendigo. They get back to a 4-point game, I think, at its closest. A 3 maybe. But it's,
Daniels.
3-point hit.
I don't know why he didn't shoot more often.
6 points in it. 20 seconds to play. Bendigo getting after it. Must foul, you would think. Not able to foul.
Trying to keep the points.
And it comes a little too late. Turner gives it up. Evans will go to the stripe.
I think the door is closed now. Shut the light off.
The jello's jiggling.
The door is done. The door is closed. There's no light shining through. Game's over.
I think that's Turner's 5th as well.
You're right. Ray Turner fouls out. 21 points, 10 of 20 from the field. 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 7 turnovers. Threw it away a fair bit to open the game. But a good night's work from the former Sydney Kings import and fourth-year man. Fourth-year man? Certainly been with the Braves for a couple of seasons now. Jerry Evans Jr. has had a nice night himself. It's 21 for Evans Jr. as Bendigo calls for time.
He's just kept ticking over, Jerry Evans Jr. Had that hot start, 10 points in the first. He hasn't been the focal point of the offense since then, but he's just chipped in with some timely baskets here and there.
Well, in the end, it's going to be a good win for the Miners. They got off to that 30-15 start and lost that lead in the second quarter, but have been able to gather themselves late in this fourth quarter. And balls your man, Brendan Joyce, Coach Stuart Wollongong, as we mentioned. What do you think he has in this squad? I mean, does he have a championship contender here? We know Kilsyth are the talk of the town. They're the favourites with a whole bunch of NBL talent. Peter Hawley and Tohi Smith-Milner. They've got Isaac Turner, the import guard, Felix Von Hoff. They are stacked. Does this team under Joyce's leadership have what it takes to challenge at that level?
I think their best asset might be having Brendan as a coach. His background and what he's done as a coach and his experience gives them an edge where they may not have all the talent of some of the other teams like Kilsyth. But with him as the coach and players who are willing to play under his system and play for him, I think they're absolutely contenders.
Marquise Coleman still to come back into this side as well.
Call. What do we know about Marquise Coleman, Jay?
I haven't seen a lot of him. I've watched a few training sessions with him, but as you've mentioned, he's had that hamstring injury, so I haven't really gotten to see how we went in scrimmages.
Well, certainly an exciting addition to come back in. Here's Hogan from deep. Can't finish and Evans sends that one out. Wow, what did the officials see there? That looked clean as a whistle. Underneath. As Andronicus went up to finish and Evans just sent that packing.
Surprised he went up for that dunk.
That certainly looked clean.
I think it might have saved him a little bit too. I don't know if he was going to get up high enough to dunk it.
Matt Andronicus drinks Sprite.
Do bikies drink Sprite? Is that
Only
Sons of Anarchy?
Only mixed with Terps.
And that'll pretty much do it. The clock winding down. Oh, wow. Really? A foul from Hogan in the back court. So everyone looks to the official and says, really, we doing that? And Jerry Evans Jr. is going to stroll the length of the floor and look to add to the margin as the Miners close this one out on their home floor.
Some people have a long drive home.
Yes.
Might as well get a few extra points, though. If you're Jerry Evans Jr., you'd love it.
Sure. Add to his tally. Got 22, going on 23. And he'll finish with 22. And this one will finish with an 8-point Ballarat win. The Miners take it against their arch rivals, 94-86. And they go to 2-0. An undefeated start for the Ballarat Miners in the inaugural season of the NBL1. And as you always want to do, they take care of business in their home opener.
Absolutely, absolutely. Your first game at home, coming off a big win on the road against your arch rivals. If there's ever a game to win, this is probably it. And Ballarat did that. They took care of business. We talked about that blinding hot start, and we spoke about how Bendigo adjusted. They managed to come back into the game, brought it back to 3 points on a couple of occasions, but Ballarat just kept the Braves at arm's length. I don't think the Braves led all game outside of maybe the first minute or two. Ballarat did what they needed to do tonight. They took care of business.
And they were led by Sam Short, 24 points, 3 boards, 3 assists and 2 steals, 10 of 14 from the field, 71%. Sam Short, and it was Kwani as the Braves salute their, the Miners, salute their home crowd. Kwani with 21, 8 of 12, and Jerry Evans Jr. with 22. Fisher and Akuth both in double figures with 10 apiece. Akuth finished with 10 and 8. A good night's out for him. And for Bendigo Balls, it was the Deontay Burton show in that second quarter, and he finishes with 30. Ray Turner with 21. Chris Hogan with 13, but maybe just didn't have enough guys chipping in at the offensive end to stick with this Ballarat lineup.
Yeah, they're gonna, the whole season they're gonna need a lot out of their imports, and I thought they played really well tonight. It's gonna be a matter of a couple other players standing up for them in each game. Maybe not always the same one, but a couple other players coming to the game and really positively contributing. Well,
That'll pretty much do us here at the Minor Dome. To recap, a 94-86 win to the Miners. They get off to a 2-0 start to begin their NBL1 campaign. Thank you so much for joining us on behalf of Adam Ballinger, Jared Prosser, and the hard-working crew behind the camera and in the booth. Tune in for more NBL1 action, and we'll see you for the game of the week next time.